and now I'm looking back at my friend Zach, who I love very dearly.
Hey.
I'm looking at you, and I'm like, your facial hair could be on a cupcake. Because that's how good it looks. I could lick it up.
That would be uncomfortable, I think.
You'd be uncomfortable with that?
I would be uncomfortable. I think for your tongue, it would be uncomfortable as well.
No. I eat pussy all the time. I'm used to it.
But I don't think pubic hair is like beard hair.
Kind of the same, though.
I don't know. I think beard hair is more pokey. Although I've never kissed someone with a beard, so like I don't know.
I guess it depends if you use like beard oil or not.
I don't. So it's probably like prickly.
Yeah. Well, is there
Yeah.
is there pussy hair oil? Is that a thing? That's probably a Manscaped product, actually.
Do people groom their pussy hair like that, or they just kind of leave it?
I don't know.
Like, because personally, I just like I trim, but like I don't do anything special to it. I mean, obviously I wash it. I put
I would hope so.
Soap down there.
Yeah.
Give it a little scrub.
Gasoline occasionally.
Gasoline occasionally.
Because sometimes you go to fill up your car and you're like, I want a drink, right? And it's like
so
it's
you put it on your cock.
It's no water fountain. Like it's a little messy. It doesn't come out in a clean stream. It just kind of bursts everywhere. So it's like it gets on your beard a little bit, whatever. But that's the price you pay for drinking gasoline.
That's true. I do have a morbid curiosity of like, what does gasoline taste like? Like I want like
it's like Diet Dr. Pepper.
So like the worst drink ever. I don't know. There are like some diet sodas that are just fine, but Diet Dr. Pepper. Maybe it's because I love Dr. Pepper so much, but it's just like Diet Dr. Pepper actually tastes like medicine. It's disgusting.
Yeah. I've never had, because I was talking about this with someone at the office, because they have in the office, like all of the conference room refrigerators, they have Coke, Diet Coke, and Coke Zero.
Ugh.
And I've never, I don't think I've ever had any diet version of any soda ever in my life. Because one, I'm not a pussy.
How?
Two, I'm not afraid to live, which is the same thing as one, but I phrased it different for more effect.
Okay.
And three, because it doesn't have the same great Coke taste, I would imagine, even though they say it does. That's what the liberals want you to believe.
Tried it though.
Why would I try it when I can have regular Coke? I'm not worried about dieting or dying.
You could die harder on the hill and be like, just like, wow, this really sucks. Because you don't even know that it sucks. You might like it more.
I don't know, but I have a pretty good feeling that I know.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I'm no doctor. I will preface with that.
Right.
But I feel like you're gonna die either way if you're drinking
That's what
Coke
I'm saying,
or
man.
Diet Coke. I'm like, just don't drink too much Coke.
Like my mom has this thing where every time she gets back from the grocery store, she rewards herself. You know, they have like those fridges, like at the end of the conveyor, the checkout conveyor belts, I guess. She's always like, oh, I get my little Diet Coke as my little treat for going to the grocery store. And I'm like, why diet, man? Just get a fucking Coke. Like, you're not doing yourself any favors, man.
Your mom's a masochist.
If you're going to eat candy, don't eat, a granola bar. Just go straight for the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Like, come on, man. What are we doing out here?
Where's the Diet Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? Why is that not a thing?
Well, they should make like a vegan one, probably, right?
They probably have a vegan one, I would assume.
I don't think so. I think candy is anti-health, just as a baseline.
That's true. I mean, vegan doesn't necessarily mean it's better for you all the time.
No, it just means it comes from, a place called like Granville, Kentucky or something. Like,
it's like, because there's Granville, Ohio, and I don't think
is really... there I was gonna say Ohio, but I didn't.
There is a Granville. One of my friends is from there.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
This tells you how long I've been away from I was gonna say the great state, but it's just not.
Look, man, I think I might stay here after college.
That's wild.
Well, logistically speaking, I think it's a good idea. One, because I like Columbus a lot. I like where I live specifically.
Yeah.
Because it has access to all of my hobbies and interests, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. Primarily like drinking. I like to drink.
Yeah, and Columbus that's the only place where you can do that.
That's the only place. But I can't drink. That isn't actually my primary hobby. Drinking is fun, but not.
It's the secondary one, just not the primary.
It's the secondary one, but they have like all the bars near me. They're so varied in their music and vibe.
Yeah.
No. I'm serious. Because and I could enjoy them without drinking at all. Too.
Yeah.
And that's why I like them. Because there's. Well, I'm low-key doxing myself right now. Like where I live. Well, I guess I just said just bleep that name.
We'll bleep that out.
Yeah. So then there's this bar. I guess it's just describing it too would low-key dox me too.
Yep. There's a bar, and it has a kind of vibe that you appreciate.
There's a bar. It plays like alternative music, like metal.
Yeah.
EDM.
Stuff like
indie.
Imagine Dragons. You probably haven't heard of it.
Yeah, they played this little ditty. It was called Believer.
Yeah.
You can stream it now on Apple Music, Spotify,
Deezer,
Breaker U,
SoundCloud, I'm sure.
Yeah. But then there's another one. It's like jazz, bluegrass, like country that's tolerable, like all that kind of good stuff.
It's a subgenre of country that a lot of people really don't talk about. Country that's tolerable.
Yeah, which, there's not a lot. Which I made the mistake today because I work a construction job of saying country sucks.
Yeah.
To 3 construction
it's not a great
workers. Idea. Yeah, and they were like, "Don't ever talk to us again and say that." But they were like, "Don't ever let me hear you say that again." And I was like, "I'm sorry, it's the truth."
Lose 3 LinkedIn connection speedrun.
I don't think I need to know them. Gonna be completely honest. I don't think they will further my career knowing them.
You never know.
They're also not good people, so that's like fine too. No, I'm not saying construction workers in general. Those 3 were not very progressive in their views on transgender people and the LGBTQ community.
Sure, which is, problematic if today were yesterday, but it's not. Because Pride Month ended yesterday.
I can hate them again now.
Yeah. Thank God, right? They're so fucking annoying.
Yeah, thank God. I don't like them.
The other day, I was walking into this like record store. I found this like cute record store by where I live. And there was
What's the name of it?
I don't know, actually. I unironically don't know. Cool. I was just walking and I saw the store and I was like, "Ooh, that's a thing that I like."
Okay. Yeah.
And there was a transgender person in there, and they roundhouse kicked me in the face. And they said, "Go back to Afghanistan." I don't know why they said that, because I'm not from there, like obviously, but I just thought it was weird.
Yeah, I had a trans person kill me, then resurrect me
with a 1-up.
Yeah, and I came back and I was like,
"Wahoo,
wahoo!" And like my fist was in the air, my other fist. It was kind of like.
Yeah,
I can't. My camera doesn't actually cover that, but
you look like a plumber, kind of.
I looked like a plumber. For reasons I can't say the name of the plumber because I don't want to dox myself. So, yeah, but yeah. So,
hey everyone, cool. Welcome back to the show. Henry's gone. If you can't tell, I don't know. He hates us. I think I'm pretty sure
he's gone again. He's in New York, I think, right?
I have no idea. He doesn't tell me shit, man.
I think
he fucking hates me, actually.
I think he does too. He told me he was talking this transgender person. And they're like, "Yeah, this asshole walked into my record store the other day.
Yeah.
And I roundhouse kicked him. I think his name was Jackson."
I mean, I
aka
was wearing my
Boomerang.
big T-shirt that has my name on it because I'm an egomaniac. So
True.
maybe I should do that less, so people don't.
I
Because I'm
low-key
concerned about
want to get.
privacy.
That's fair. I low-key want to get a shirt, like just a plain white tee with my first name in bold letters across the front. I think that would unironically go so hard.
Oh, here's what I was gonna say. I had a bit planned for the intro, but I forgot about it until right now. But
Okay.
it's kind of too late. But I wanted to say, we could call, because we have this kind of ongoing series at this point where every time Henry is gone, it's you and me. We sit down, we have a cup of Joe, we work out
Right.
all of the world's
Right.
problems, that kind of
Never
thing.
drank during this, but yeah.
So it's like we call it Jack and Zachster because it's like Jack and Daxter.
Which one is Jack and Daxter the like rip off of Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah, except it's on the PlayStation also.
Oh. Okay.
So it's not really a ripoff, but
All right, cool.
but it's like
Anyway, continue.
Jack is like he's like a tall man, and then Daxter is like the little ferret guy or whatever.
Yeah.
I've never played the games. I have no idea. I'm just saying this is our cute little thing. This is Jack and Zachster.
Jack and Dak.
Or we
Jack
could do
and
Zach
Zaxter.
and Jackster, whichever feels more natural to you.
I think Zaxter feels more natural
Yeah.
to me.
I think you also
and Jack
just like
makes
it.
sense.
Cause you like saying your name in a funny way.
I do. I'll say it. I'm gonna brave that and say it or something. I don't know. Dude, I ripped my jeans.
Oh no, dude. What happened?
Yeah. I mean I can show it. This might turn.
You
the
don't have to show
podcast
it.
Well, I want to. So
Okay.
it's like
all right.
like that.
What
and you can
the
see
fuck
my.
is that, dude? I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna be like, yeah, it's like a little ass crack kind of thing, like it goes across your taint.
No,
That's
I
just
was,
straight down your thigh.
my pocket. Yeah, it's like. And honestly, when I first ripped it, I was like, "Oh, that could be a fashion statement." And then I like looked at it again. I was like, "Oh no, that's like a rift into like another dimension."
That's like you walked past a steel beam that was not safe to walk past.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what happened is I was skating and I looked down and I'm like, one of my
and there was a
bolts was coming.
transgender person.
And there was a transgender person
with a dagger.
knife, and they slashed.
So
my
strange. You were in Britain for some reason because they can't have guns over there.
They were like, "Hey, I'm transgender."
Take this, you fucking jean wearer. That was a British accent. I don't know what I was doing, but you get the idea.
It's fine, yeah. But I looked down and like one of my bolts was loose, so I kneeled down. I had a lot of stuff in my pockets for some reason. I had like my speaker in my jean pocket.
What the fuck?
Because I was skating and I was playing music. Like that's what I do. And then I bend down to like I have my little tool thing to like tool.
Yep.
And then I just hear. You probably couldn't hear that over Discord.
No,
but you'll hear it in the recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just insert in your mind a jean ripping noise, and then full on like slutty thigh out. It was great. The breeze felt nice actually. There was a little bit of a draft in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. I mean, that sucks. Have you thought about what you're gonna? Are you gonna replace the jeans? You're gonna get like one of those, like those pants from the '80s, where they're all like big and they can also turn into shorts.
Parachute pants. Oh,
something like that.
I really want parachute pants.
Maybe
had a pair.
Have you seen those? It's like those, because you're a construction guy now. Have you seen those Japanese construction pants? They're called tobi pants, where it's like these big, super wide denim kind of jeans, and they have all kinds of like loops and stuff to hold like hammers and things. And they're just a super trendy pair of pants, particularly right now, but they're, worn by Japanese construction workers mainly. And they're
This
kind of
guy's
expensive, but they're
trippy.
like crazy pants, dude. So maybe you
Why do
could
these
wear.
go so hard?
That's what I'm saying, right? It looks like Prince is alive again.
Yeah, I want a pair of these. Where can I get one of these?
I don't know. Some Japan.
I can get one on Amazon for $30.97. I'm not sure the quality would be.
I'm not sure. Yeah, you got to do some research, maybe find the right
Oh,
supplier.
these are so cool. I don't know if I can wear those though. Can I?
I mean, anyone can wear anything if you try hard enough, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking at these. Cool. These are like $42. 100% cotton.
That's good. That's how you know it's quality, if it's all cotton.
Yeah.
A child in Thailand picked that cotton for you.
Country of origin of the pants are Thailand.
Well, that's just where the cotton is from, okay? And then they were sewn in Cambodia. They were packaged in Japan. Or assembled,
Right.
I guess. It's kind of like how Apple gets their microchips from the Pitcairn Islands or whatever.
Right.
It's Taiwan, but you get the point.
From the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Right. We should go to Africa.
Where in Africa?
We could do like a world tour of Africa. What do you think about that? We can go to all of your favorite countries. List them off right now.
America.
African countries, because we're going to Africa.
Oh.
Can you name a country in Africa?
Egypt.
Okay. It's
Zimbabwe.
A safe answer.
Somalia. Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Okay.
Congo.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Liberia.
Is Chad? No.
Chad, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what Chad means? It means big lake.
Really?
Yeah. You know what they have in Chad?
Not a big lake.
Well, they call it a Chad there.
What?
In Chad, they have a Chad.
Okay.
We could be Chads at a Chad in Chad. Are you just eating peanut butter? What the fuck is going on right now? If you told me we were going to do a mukbang, I would have saved dinner for now, man.
Oh, true. We should do a mukbang for an episode. That would be
I've been wanting to do this, but Henry doesn't want to do it.
Why?
Because he's like, I don't want to eat on camera. I'll feel weird. Who gives a fuck, dude? You ate dinner with your family for like 80,000 years. How is it any different?
That's true. I think it was actually more like 21, but yeah.
1,000, yeah.
Well, actually not even 21. Like lower than that.
Yeah.
But he's eating with me, too, so...
But we could do a mukbang in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yeah, we could do that.
For a podcast. Because Henry, he doesn't care about this podcast anymore, obviously.
He doesn't. He never shows up.
He's missing 1 out of every 5 episodes at this rate. It's a miracle we've only missed 1 week this year. I don't know that's how... Yeah, we've only missed 1, I think.
That's impressive.
Which is a record for us.
That's good.
We're doing good
you don't get to the #1 comedy podcast in Egypt by inconsistency.
I think we were number 4.
Oh, okay.
We were never number 1.
Okay.
But we were definitely in the top 5. We were 4 or 5, I think.
Where do you look at that statistic?
I don't. Spotify emailed us out of the blue and said, you are the number 4 podcast in Egypt.
Was it a real Spotify?
Yes, it was from the email that I get all of the other Spotify communications from.
That's crazy.
Dead ass. It's obviously like some kind of a mistake. There's no shot we were on the leaderboard. We were not winning the Fortnite drop of podcasts in Egypt that are popular.
That's fair.
There's just no way.
I'm sure they also just listen to like a bunch of stuff we also listen to.
You know,
Maybe
there's
I don't know.
100 million people in Egypt. You're telling me there's no one? You tell me there's like 4 guys who are more popular than us in Egypt. There's only 4. No, I don't believe that, man.
There's 0 podcasters in Egypt. They're too busy building the next pyramids.
Maybe I should check out what our competition is someday, so I know what we're up against, so we can get back on the leaderboards.
It's like the Yard. It's like the Yard at number 3, and then you guys.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Did you see Joe Rogan? He did an episode recently with the first guy to get like the Neuralink implant.
Is the Neuralink implant like ready to go?
It was ready for that guy, I guess.
Well, no, I didn't know that. How does that work? What does it do for the guy?
So there's a chip that, man, I really should have watched the episode. I didn't know you were going to ask me about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you say this guy's a chip in his brain. I'm interested.
I sat down to watch the episode, and I was like, oh, this is fucking boring. Okay, so here's my take on the Neuralink brain implant guy. So there's a chip in his brain, and it helps him do things. He's in a wheelchair in the episode, so I imagine he has some kind of, he's disabled in some way or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. He probably says so in the episode, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Or he just likes to ride around wheelchairs.
He just really likes it for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just fun. I mean, to each their own, I suppose. I don't really know what it helps him do, to be honest. I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is. Maybe they just they like send Google AdSense through his eye receptors, and just pop-ups.
I did just look up on the internet.
The internet.
It says, the internet. And it says the purpose of the Neuralink is to help people with paralysis communicate by allowing them to remotely control devices using brain activity.
Oh, it's like Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, I guess so.
So why is it such a fucking big deal? That guy already did that.
What? Oh.
You're like Stephen Hawking already... Is that not what he did, basically? But instead of having a chip in his brain, he just wore dental gear or whatever?
I actually don't know how Stephen Hawking did it, to be completely honest. I never even really thought about it.
He was kind of the Michael Jordan of his time in that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think...
Now I gotta look up, how did Stephen Hawking talk? Wasn't he also on like Epstein's Island too or something?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
Epstein, he was a big supporter of the sciences. Well, he donated a lot of money to science-related endeavors, which is weird for considering all the other things he did.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know why, but we could leave that in the past, maybe.
True.
I don't know. Do you think Stephen Hawking, do you think he watched porn?
I'm sure before he became, because he wasn't always fully like paralyzed.
Maybe. When did he get paralyzed?
I think like around college age. I just remember there was a movie about him.
I'm just now realizing I've never thought about Stephen Hawking's life before he was like that.
Yeah, what is the Stephen Hawking movie?
I have no idea, dude. This is not a guy that I normally concern myself with. That would suck, though. He just... When was the last time Stephen Hawking checked off?
Google... Alright, I'm going to ask ChatGPT that.
Don't ask ChatGPT that, man. They're going to ban you.
They're not going to ban me.
They're going to ban you, man.
When
you already have
the
trouble staying not banned in Valorant. Don't get banned from the foremost technology.
You're making me sound like I say bad things. I just have bad internet.
Well, Well, there's that one time. There was a transgender in our game, and
this content may violate our usage policies.
Yeah, man. Obviously. And get off your computer. We're doing a podcast, man.
I'm sorry. I'm really into the world of science.
This is what Henry does, and I'm gonna say this because I know Henry isn't gonna listen to this episode. Every fucking 5 minutes, he's a Zoomer. He picks up his phone. He's texting on his phone. His fucking, whoever is texting him. His sister is like, "Hey, what's up, big bro?"
Yeah, dude, that's fucked up.
It's stupid. And then he's always looking shit up, which sometimes I ask him to do that, but other times it's like we start talking about Pikmin, and he goes on the wiki, and he's like, "I need to know
I need to know the Bulborb.
I need to remember what's the only Pikmin type that can kill the water wraith in Pikmin 2. It's like, you don't need to look this up right now, man.
You don't. It's the water one. Obviously. It's stupid. The blue Pikmin.
Obviously, it's got water in the fucking name.
Yeah, it's the same color, too. Like, it's color coordinated.
Obviously. It's a children's game.
Yeah, it's a game for little babies. And
and that's why Henry hasn't beaten Pikmin 4 yet.
It's true.
He hasn't channeled his inner kid.
Pikmin 4 is definitely the easiest of the 4, I think.
You think so?
I haven't finished 4
I guess it
yet,
is.
But, like, the lock-on... I guess 3 had lock-on, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't played 3 in a long time, so I don't know if I can... It's obviously not one of the first 2.
Yeah. 1 and 2 are hard. 1 based on controls alone, and then 2 just, like... They were actually just decently hard. You actually had to manage your time.
Yeah.
Shit. 2 less so than 1. 1 was, like, actually kind of intense and stressful.
Yeah, it kind of has... It channels some of that same energy that, like, old NES games do. Where it's like, if you die 3 times, you get to start all over from the beginning, man.
Yeah.
We don't have enough RAM in our mini computer to save things about you. We don't care about you. We don't send your data to the FBI, but now they do that.
Now they do that.
What the heck, man?
3 has incarcerated 300 people. You can fact check this.
You can look it up on...
You can ask ChatGPT.
Wikimedia.com. Stop asking ChatGPT.
You could ask ChatGPT that, but you can't ask it when Stephen Hawking last jerked off. Because apparently, they don't have information on his personal life like that.
No, they don't. I'm sure they do somewhere. They have a PDF downloaded that has some details, probably. This is why I need to be... I should be a journalist. Because I will ask the important questions.
Yes. Like, if Stephen Hawking were here with us on this podcast today, we would ask him the important questions about when was the last time you jacked off.
When was the last time you jacked off? What's your favorite porn site?
Yeah. He's an ex-hamster guy, I think.
I guess he's so old, he was doing magazines and shit.
True.
Right?
He was.
Like he probably had a subscription. He paid $11.99 a month to get Playboy mailed to him.
Was that how much it was?
I don't know. I'm just making up a number. I imagine it wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
You know, because they put effort into that shit.
We can ask ChatGPT.
Stop. Don't ask ChatGPT, man. You're losing it.
I'm gonna get banned from ChatGPT.
If you're not already. They got you on a watch list.
Oh, I have to rate this anime out of 10.
Okay. Do you want me to stay silent for that? Do you need concentration or?
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Okay, sorry.
It's an 8. Alright, I'm good.
Should I ask?
Can.
Should I?
Sure.
I don't think so. I'm gonna.
Okay, that's cool. Next topic.
Did you see the presidential debate happen this past week?
I did. I was actually gonna bring that up.
Yeah. Who are you voting for? Oh,
I'm
man.
asking myself the same question. I'm gonna be honest.
I think that I saw a tweet that summed it up kind of perfectly, the whole debate. I don't know if you watched it. I watched
the whole thing.
Did you actually?
I did, yeah.
I watched like the first 10 minutes and then I was like, there's better stuff in my YouTube watch later playlist. And then
Yeah.
I came back and I caught the very end of it. But from what I saw, there was a tweet that summarized it perfectly where it's like Joe Biden and he's going, folks, the bottom line, here's the deal. And then Donald Trump goes, there are literally 100 billion Guatemalans attacking the Lincoln Memorial right now.
Yeah, it was a lot of Trump talking about Biden's problems at the border.
Yeah,
that was a lot of it, and blaming everything on that, which I'm not really educated enough about the border, to be completely honest. But it was just a shit show between the two of them because they both were saying we had the best of this.
Yeah.
During my presidency. Clearly one or the other is right, but it's like both of them
it's
are
not a
saying
very
that.
intelligent debate. It's just Donald Trump was like, we actually had the best economy in the whole world. No one had it better than us. Our
That's
401ks
exactly what he said.
Were skyrocketing. Okay, we had the least inflation, I'm pretty sure. And I just got this before I walked on stage. Someone told me right before. They said I had the best economy ever. And then Joe Biden goes,
oh my God.
This guy, he's lying, folks. He's lying straight to your face.
It was just literally like, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. No, you did it. No, you did it.
No, actually, no.
Stop touching me.
You're lying.
No, you're lying. You're lying. The top 10 political journal scientists said that my economic policies were the greatest in the history of this country.
There were
probably
polls.
in the world.
You can look them up. I don't remember who did them, but you can look them up on the internet. Okay, and they said I was the best, actually.
Yes, I was the best. Yeah, that was awful because Biden looked every part his age that entire time. He looked senile. 100%. He acted senile.
He was also he had a cold, I'm pretty sure, which is why his voice was like super fucked up.
Oh, really? Yeah, because I remembered his voice being a little more like powerful than that before. Not much.
Yeah. It was like it sounded like he was at a rave the night before.
Yeah, it was like, and I saw someone say it was like, they both lost, but Biden lost harder just because he was like just totally senile the whole time.
Biden was expected to do more for sure.
Yeah,
than
and
he did.
I honestly had never tuned into like a presidential debate before. Like I had caught snippets of them before, but I was like, I'm gonna get more involved now in politics just because this is the first election I'm actually gonna be able to vote in.
Yeah.
And that didn't help at all.
Yeah.
I was honestly expecting to be like, okay, so they're gonna go back and forth about their policies and like what they're gonna do, and that's exactly not what happened.
Yeah, they didn't even like answer some of the questions they were given. There was one question that was like, President Trump, what are you going to do to make childcare more affordable in this country? And then the way Trump responds, like he goes something to the tune of, when I got the Americans out of Afghanistan, we did it with grace. We did it with much power. Al-Qaeda didn't take over the country immediately after. It was an embarrassing moment, but we did it gracefully. He went on like that for like a minute. And then after he stops, the guy was like, dude, the question was about childcare. You want to like answer that shit?
Yes.
You piece of garbage.
What annoyed me a lot was Trump would get asked a question and then go back to what they were already talking about.
Yeah, they just circled back on like some random like jab that they threw last question.
Yeah, he would just be like, oh, well, before I answer that, let's go back to the last question. I'm like, bro,
this is not the format of the debate, bro.
Yes, it was annoying me because I wanted to hear what he had to say about it, like his explanation, but it would always get cut short because he'd spend a minute talking about the last thing,
Yeah.
and then they'd be like, "Hey, you have like 30 seconds left. Do you want to answer the question we asked you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I guess so. Whatever."
I think going forward, we should have the presidents play ping pong instead of debate.
We should. I think Biden would lose there too. Did you see the part where they were arguing about golf?
Yeah, I caught clips of that after on Twitter.
That part was so funny.
Honestly,
Trump
they should
saying,
do like a comedy club. They should get both of them up there
so
on
funny.
stage, and we
Yeah,
fill the room
Trump
with
going,
moderates.
Trump going, the biggest lie on stage here tonight is that Joe's handicap is a 6. I was like, that is really funny.
Yeah.
But I'm like, are you guys seriously fucking talking about golf and challenging each other to golf right now? That is ridiculous. And then they were talking about like they were taking jabs at each other's like physical health and athleticism. I was like, what are you talking about?
And they would talk about IQ tests too. It's like, what are we doing here, man? This is why in the middle I left and I watched those videos of like fish tanks for an hour. And that was
like
I think I learned more
like
about
a cucumber
yeah
thing, and it's like a time lapse of like 100 days, and there's like amoeba now.
Or it's those videos they put like a cockroach into a fire ant terrarium and stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they eat the cockroach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cruel.
Ants get hungry, apparently.
Do they eat cockroaches? Was that like their feeding time?
I think so. I think ants will eat anything that can be eaten.
Okay.
In other news, I have ants in my apartment and I can't get rid of them.
Put a cockroach and then they'll eat it and
I'm
go
not
to sleep.
I'm not gonna go.
Hungry.
Hello, pet store man. I would like one cockroach that's dead to feed my ants. I'm not gonna do that. And I don't want to buy. It's like not that many ants. There's like 25 ants, and they just like hang out by my door like all day, and they just like literally just like run in a circle. I'm not even joking. That's all they do, and I don't know how to get rid of them. So there's one night a couple weeks ago where I got a hair dryer and I was just like blowing them around the kitchen. I was like,
what is that gonna do?
Well, so I like tried to open my front door. I tried to like blow them out my door, like into the hallway.
Like the non-lethal method.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't kill them because there were just too many.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, I have to get rid of them like as a whole, and I'm not like smart enough to like build like a trap or whatever. So I was like, I'll blow them out with this hair dryer. But there's like a lip in between, like under my door that separates my apartment and the hallway outside, and the hair dryer wasn't strong enough to blow them like over the lip. Like they would just get caught on it and they would stay there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do anything. So now I think I just live with them.
We had an ant problem recently, and it's gone down a bit. There's still ants sometimes. But on our like living room table, I think the night before we had spilled beer on it or something and didn't clean it up or whatever. So there's like kind of like a sticky like puddle thing of
crumbs
like dried
of beer.
Yeah. And we woke up the next morning, looked at the table, and there's just a gathering of ants around it, and like half of them are either drunk or like dead. And the others are like, what the fuck is happening? Because there's just a bunch of dead ants around this puddle because they're drinking beer.
Dude, could you imagine you're an ant, POV, you're an ant, and you drink beer for the first time ever, and and you're with all your ant bros, your 100 ant bros, and it becomes like a giant LSD orgy, but for ants.
And they're all just fucking.
And they're all fucking
in
the beer. That'd be so sick, dude. What are you trying to do?
I'm an ant.
They move
Because
their...
they have the antennas.
I was going to say antlers, but I was like, hold on, that's not the right
wrong.
word. No.
Very wrong.
But antennas also has ant in it, so that makes sense.
It's true.
If I could just be an ant in an ant orgy. Oh my fucking god, dude.
Dude, that would go hard.
Jesus Christ.
The way she's shaking that thorax got me going crazy. Zooey mama. All right.
You ever see a bitch with 6 thighs? Oh my god. Jesus Christ, dude.
6 thighs. That's funny. No, I haven't.
Do you think the ants are like racist towards the other ants?
Yes. They're like very much so, and proven so.
Oh yeah.
There's like a constant...
I guess that's true.
There's like a constant worldwide ant war between all of the different ants.
What? Are we in the midst of a world war ant?
There are wars between ant colonies like all the time, pretty much everywhere.
Like Bloods and Crips.
Like Bloods and Crips and West Siders and like
West Siders.
I don't know any other gangs besides the Bloods and the Crips. The Italian mafia, the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Like they're everywhere. It's pretty crazy.
Are there local gangs in Columbus? Can you shout out a gang?
If I knew one, I wouldn't.
Okay, but I guess that's fair enough.
But I don't know any. No, I'm sure there are, but probably not where I live. I don't think.
You never know.
You never know.
But there's so there's ant wars. There are the good ants and the bad ants. There's the Pope ants, which are trying to petition for peace. And they also fuck all the young ants, which is weird.
They do.
It's like not okay.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So you kind of don't want to side with them.
No.
And some of the ants are working on a Manhattan project, if you will.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna bomb the fuck out of the molehill like 3 feet away from us.
They're gonna use the Craggle.
I was looking up ways to kill ants. And one of the articles that I found, one of the solutions was like, just pour boiling water on them. And I was like, that solution doesn't really work for me because it's like in my home, but like that's really funny to think about. Like pouring boiling water into an ant hole is so funny.
That's so fucked up. Oh my god. Just boiling all of them alive.
That's the equivalent of like mustard gas.
Yeah. You ever see those? I forgot what it is, but it's like that. They pour that liquid metal down in the anthills.
Oh my god, this is so sick, dude. And then you pull it out and it becomes a centerpiece for your coffee table. And it's so sick.
It is. I gotta look at that.
And they look like those like metal palm trees that people put in their yard for some reason. They kind of look like that.
Yeah.
But it's like a 3D. If you could 3D print all of the tunnels that make up the anthole, ants colony.
Anthill. It's an anthill.
It's a colony, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's like a 3D printed version of all of the tunnels, and it looks like a some kind of like it looks like the plants that grow in the end dimension in Minecraft.
Oh.
Kinda.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm currently watching a molten aluminum pour right now. Oh, the ants are still in there. Oh.
Well, yeah, they obviously don't extract all of the ants before they do that. But it's okay because there's like 8 quadrillion ants or something like that, so it's like cool if a couple of them die. Like they're kind of taking over our world a little bit, is my understanding.
They already have, low-key.
Like, they got too much territory, man. They got all this stuff. We're lucky enough to have our own houses to ourselves without them invading, you know? So we're just fighting back a little bit. I think that's justified.
Dude, that's so cool.
You ever scroll through like Instagram and you see like an ad for like a really cool table and you're like, "Damn."
No.
Okay, just me then.
I'll see what the first like ad that comes up on my
You can
Instagram
tell I
is.
don't spend a lot of time on the internet anymore, man. It shows. All my shit is fucked up now.
I gotta find an ad.
Turns out Zach actually pays for Instagram Blue.
My first ad is a clothing ad.
Yeah, mine are all like clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
You should get X, man. It's the everything app.
No. Next topic.
You don't want to talk to
Please.
Grok? Grok.
What is grok?
I was telling Henry about this on the last episode, I think. Grok is the AI assistant on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, but now it's X, the everything app. And it's Grok, and he's like ChatGPT, but he's the future for all of us now. And his name is Grok. And he's on X, the everything app, where you can do everything, including apply for jobs. That's real. Anyway.
The informal verb grok was an invention of the science fiction writer Robert A.
No,
Heinlein.
I don't think. Get the Google down.
In the book, to grok.
Zach.
I think grok is the next goon.
No, it's not.
To grok is to empathize so deeply with others that you merge or blend with them.
No, I don't.
Dude,
like this.
Do you want to grok with me?
I don't. That's the last thing I want to do.
You don't want to empathize so deeply with me that you merge with me?
Oh, okay. So it's the everything -1 app now. We gotta change.
Yeah, I think grok seems a little too intimate. I don't want to go around like grokking people.
Yeah.
You know? Like I could grok someone's world.
I already feel bad enough Googling people. I don't want to grok them.
You feel bad Googling people?
Sometimes, because I'm like, man, like, I don't. This person probably doesn't want me, my fuck ass, to know anything about them. You know what I'm saying? Isn't it kind of fucked up that I can just be like, I need to know how short Danny DeVito is, and I can just know that now, and he doesn't have any control over it.
That is true. It is a little strange.
You know what I'm saying?
I never really thought about it, I guess.
If your information was Googleable, and someone could just be like, what color are Zach Muller's eyes? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want people to know that. Not that it's like a hidden thing from the world, but it's just like weird that people would want to know that about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you can look up like people's phone numbers, and it sometimes will come up with people's details. Like if you look up my phone number, it'll show you like where I got my phone, basically.
Well,
So,
yeah,
like,
they're called
where I
area
live.
codes.
Okay, whatever. But also, some people it shows like their names, their family members, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's your phone number?
44. No, we're not gonna do that. It's not gonna happen.
No.
No. But I don't know. It's kind of smart that they made it that way, where like your phone number is where you're from. Like they could have just given you a random number. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But instead, they're like, everyone that has 216 is from northeastern Ohio.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Do you think it's like Alexander Graham Bell, his brother gets a phone, and his phone number is like 2?
I can imagine.
And he goes to dial. He's like, I know who I'm gonna call. He dials 1. Could you imagine, dude?
What happens if you do just dial 1 in your phone?
Nothing's gonna happen. No, it's no.
I think you do.
You could try dialing 911. That's a phone one. Have you ever tried that?
Error performing request. What? It's because they know it's Alexander Graham Bell's phone number.
Yeah, you have to have special access to call him.
You do. You do. Because...
You ever do, like, prank phone calls? When you were a kid?
I did it, like, once or twice when I was a kid, but
yeah. Obviously not today. No one does it today when you're an adult.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If you're prank calling people and you're above the age of 25, I don't know, man. You got problems, I think.
Yeah. Hold on, I have to answer a question about work real quick.
God damn it. It's just, you're the same as Henry, man. The show is the same.
I'm texting about whatever.
Every week I show up and I toss Henry around like a ball. I have to get him to do something, dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna provide any topics. You just have to talk at me, and I'm gonna say yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
This is all Henry's fault at the end of the day.
It is.
He chose not to show up because he hates me. He doesn't care about our listeners. He doesn't care about their experience. He doesn't care about making art or furthering himself as a person.
No, he wants to unfurther himself.
As a person. He wants to fucking make metal anthill diagrams.
I think that's base, but yeah.
It's just weird.
It's a little strange, but I think strange things can be cool and based.
And some people want to get strange.
I'd like to be strange. They call me the doctor of it.
We could get strange.
Dr. Strange. Yeah. We get strange. We could grok together right now.
I don't want to grok, man. That's too far for me.
Grokking with you.
I'm okay with what's the thing called where I take the head of my dick and I put it over, I like take my foreskin and I put it over the head of your dick. And he took his headphones off, ladies and gentlemen. He's just leaving. Zach is just leaving the podcast. I really try for you guys. I want you to know that. I don't do this just because it's, I care about you guys, man. I'm just trying to give you guys a good day. I just want to bring people together. I want to make people laugh. And I feel like sometimes I'm shut out. Okay? Because I contribute ideas. He got water. I just want to contribute ideas. I want to make people laugh, and people walk away. They don't want to hear my ideas. They don't want to engage in the marketplace of ideas. They don't want to further themselves as a person. I'm just trying. Zach, what am I doing wrong, man?
You're not joking.
I just want to know. I'll wait until you take a sip because I'm gonna make you laugh if I don't wait, and you're gonna spit it everywhere.
Okay.
I want to know. I want to know what am I doing wrong?
Like in life?
Why does this podcast suck ass, man? Here's a question: why do you listen to it? Seriously.
Well, I listen to it mainly because it's you and Henry, and I know you two.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm talking to you guys, kind of, when you're not really there. So
I understand
that's why
that.
I listen.
I think it's a little, and step into my boots for a little bit and quiver if you feel comfortable enough. But my perspective on it is, I know you. So if you wanted to talk to me, you could just talk to me. You don't have to listen to our radio show. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know, but it's like
I get it, but that's just my perspective, and I think you could see how that's. Oh, what happened?
Seems we have maybe a Jackson disconnect here.
Did I disconnect? Oh no, dude.
I think he gets a little too hard on himself, when we're completely honest. I think he wants his podcast to blow up.
That's not true.
The chances of that are pretty low.
That's not true.
Realistically, I don't think he's talentless at all. I think he's actually a very talented individual.
Wait, really?
I like to listen to what he has to say.
Does he really think that?
But sometimes we don't always get the shot at the big leagues, which is okay. You should just do it for the passion of it. Enjoy yourself.
That's why I do it.
That's okay too.
That's literally why I do it.
I came into this knowing that, and it's just
okay. I'm
having a conversation with bro. That's nice. But yeah. So he's not doing anything wrong, I don't think. A lot of the people who are notable on podcasts usually got it through controversy.
I'm back.
Oh, hey. Hello.
I just want to know.
I already answered your question while you were gone. I kind of was just speaking one-on-one with the audience.
I did hear what you said a little bit after I cut off. And I want you to know that. But look, I just want to know, Zach, why why does Henry leave? Why does he not Why does he leave me like this? Why does he fucking I just want him to I just want him to talk to me.
Family.
I don't care. He should care about me as a friend forever.
He does care about you a lot as a friend forever.
But sometimes it's like we show up and we sit down and it's like, why do we do it, man? Why? I don't even know why I do this podcast sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I don't want the podcast to. I don't. It doesn't need to blow up. I don't need to be big internet man or anything. I just want to make people laugh sometimes, and I think that's weird and gross sometimes a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Why? That's fine.
It's just. I don't know. It's a weird.
If it doesn't net you a million bajillion followers.
Sometimes at the end of the podcast, I sit here with Henry and I say one of two things. I say either that was a good episode or I wasn't really feeling that one, man. And I question why I do that, because I think that's weird. Because I know I shouldn't care, but I do for some reason. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're passionate about it, and you want to make sure the thing you're passionate about does well, and like you feel like you did a good enough job, even if it's not in front of like a million people. I mean, I'm very passionate about like skating, and every time I fuck up, there's like semi an audience, I guess the people at the skate park, but I'm like, fuck, like I want to be good at it because I like it. It's kind of a human experience thing. It's just like self-improvement, and when you're challenging yourself and you can't beat your expectations, it's like, damn, that sucks. I wish I was better.
That's true. I think also it's like, I don't know, there's a weird, like when we sit down to do the podcast, there's this like weird pressure to like do something. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like hanging out in the parking lot at Walmart and we're shooting the shit because we're bros in the parking lot and we're from Ohio, you know? It's like we sit down and there's this weird expectation for something to happen because there's a button that says record and there's a timer. You know what I mean? And sometimes that makes us twist and turn in different ways. If that makes sense.
Well, I remember the first time I went on the podcast, I was like so nervous. I was like, even though again I knew it wasn't like I was going on Joe Rogan or whatever, like it probably wasn't gonna go to a million people. I was still like, I'm in front of a camera now and I have to be funny. I have to be extremely extroverted and like make something happen or make it be interesting. But I mean, and yes, that's probably what's gonna get the most views if we like threw monkeys at a dartboard or whatever. I don't know. But
Obviously, like Joe Rogan does every episode, he throws
like
monkeys at a
Joe
dartboard.
Rogan
That's why
does.
he's the Joe Rogan. They do the ape noise in the
He
intro
does.
every episode, literally. Why do you think they do it? That's why.
Oh, do they? Oh, that's why. Yeah, because they're yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's okay to not be the best at everything or feel the best at everything, and that's something I struggle with a lot. Is I'm like, I want to lead the perfect life, and that doesn't really exist. So it's fine
That's true.
as long as I'm happy.
It is kind of funny because you were on the podcast like just by proxy of you and Henry's desk being next to each other for like a year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you were just in
Yeah.
the podcast whether you wanted to be or not. And
Yeah.
it's just a funny dynamic because you heard only one half of the conversation and you were like, I have to join
Oh
in.
yeah, it was interesting.
And it was so funny.
I did like that dynamic. That was a fun little bit of that. Especially rewatching those episodes specifically and being like, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
Yeah.
It was cool.
Do you I have to think about how I word this. This is how you know I care because I'm doing the thing Dr. K does where he says, "Can I think a moment?" and then he looks up in the sky and then he says something wise. So you have to give me like 5 seconds to think of something wise. Do you
Okay.
um
Huh.
when I ask you to be on the podcast, why do you show up?
That's a good question. Um, um, well, one, I think it's fun, and two, I'm like, I don't usually sit down for the express purpose to just speak with someone.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go to dinner, lunch, whatever with people, but it's usually with a big group of people, not like one on one. So it's good to like just not have to think about everything else and just kind of focus on a conversation I'm having with someone.
Yeah, you just get to sit down and you get to it's
Yeah.
just the free flow of the thoughts.
Yeah, especially you. I don't really see you ever. So I
That's
never
true.
get to have like one-on-one time with you or anything. So it is really nice for that too. Um buddy old pal.
Oh,
But
pal of mine.
old pal of mine. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Every time I see you in person, I'm like, holy shit, he's so fucking tall. But then I'm like, oh wait, he's wearing roller skates. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because every time, the first time I see you, every time I come to visit, you're always on roller skates. Like that's just how you're
like,
always out skating, and then you walk in the door like that, and I'm like, oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's I don't know. I don't think I'm just saying that's what happens.
It adds like I mean
It
I
adds
have
a
it
lot
right
of
here.
height, dude.
It does. It's actually pretty nuts because it's the wheels which are 80 millimeters. Convert that to inches, whatever it is, plus the frame here.
Yeah.
So it's like for reference, about the wheel's about the size of my forehead. The frame is like about the size of my eye.
It's a good picture.
So
yeah.
it's pretty.
So it's you know,
significant.
it's about one forehead and one eye's worth of height.
Yeah. So I think I'm around 6'1" or 6'2" normally, and then you add however much of 6, so I'm probably like 6'4".
Are you actually 6'1"?
I think 6'1" or
That's
6'2". I
crazy.
don't really have a measurement, but yeah, I'm pretty tall, I
That's
guess.
I've never
I just
realized, I guess.
I just have always had like tall friends, so I don't really consider myself that tall until I meet someone who's like average height, but I feel
Yeah.
like people have just been getting taller. I don't know.
I don't know.
What are you? You like
I'm
5'10",
5'10".
5'11"? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think and I'm not doing it because I'm, but people are like, I'm 5'10" and 3/4 or whatever. But I think I am closer
Yeah.
to 5'11" than I am 5'10".
Yeah. I've
I
always
think.
been I still am known with my friends at home as someone who's still only 5'11".
Yeah.
Um and it started out as 5'11" and 3/4, and now they like to say I get infinitesimally closer to 6 feet, but
Yeah.
I'm never there. So I think my friend Steve said I was well, you know Steve. I was 2047 out of 2048 of the way there now. So
Yeah.
I'm getting
You're
there
getting
ever so
there. You'll get
slightly.
there one day,
Yeah.
kiddo.
Yeah, I'll get there one day, but who knows? Yeah.
But anyway, I
So,
don't know. I've been thinking a lot recently about like why I do the podcast and like why we show up every week. And I don't come back with concrete answers. It's more of just like, I don't know, it's a thing I do and it's fun, I guess. Which is a good reason to do like anything, to be
yeah,
honest. Like
I
that's
think that's
that's
a totally fine
that's
reason.
a perfectly fine reason. But it just feels like, I don't know. Like this.
But it might not be a good enough reason for your soul,
Yes.
you
And
know?
it's also like I have to explain it to people when I meet them, I have to be like, "Oh, like they're like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, this is the last thing I bring up about myself, but I'm like, "I have a podcast." Cuz I don't want to be that
Yeah.
guy. Being that guy fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
But if we do get
I
to,
do a
if the
podcast.
conversation is going that way and that's the only way I feel like I can save the conversation, then we got to go there.
Yeah.
And it's just like then I have to like explain, and I was talking about this with Henry an episode or two ago where people ask us what do we talk about on the podcast, and I'm like, oh fuck. It's not good
I
enough.
don't
It's
know.
not good enough just to say like a comedy show, even though that's what it is. Because we're
Yeah.
not like comedians, or I wouldn't consider myself a comedian. Um, even though I think I am kind of.
I think you're the funniest person ever. Even funnier than Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
I actually
I
don't I've never listened to Dave Chappelle.
he's got some heaters, don't get me wrong,
Okay.
but I'm not, but he ran into that trans person that I did probably. So but he has some opinions.
Oh, does he have like bad opinions?
He's got some bad opinions, man.
Uh,
It's unfortunate. But I don't know, man. I think the podcast is just this weird, like amorphous blob of a thing that is in my life that I can't control at this point. It's just too big of a portion of my routine. And I've
mm,
just been trying to figure out where it is in my life recently because I really don't know if that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah. No, I understand completely what you're saying. It's just like what role does it play in my life, I guess? And like is it a big role or a small like you don't really
Like it's
understand.
it's
Like you
kind of
said it's
like when
amorphous.
I
It's
was
like you don't
6,
really
my
know.
mom had me playing soccer, you know what I mean? And I dropped it
Yeah.
when I was also 6. But like if I stuck with it for the rest of my life and I was like 8, if I was 21 still playing soccer, I'd be like,
Yeah.
why do I do this? Like it's probably because it's fun. Like that's a good reason and that's a perfectly fine reason. But like what role does it play in my life like realistically?
That's how I was with soccer. I mean, I quit one because I just was kind of like, yeah, I guess I don't really enjoy doing this, but I had been doing it for so long, and I like never even thought to be like, oh well, I'll just quit.
Yeah.
But it was so part of my routine and what I was doing. It was like, yeah, I guess I'll keep doing it. Like I don't like it, but I'll do it. Um, But I always had a hard time with myself of being like, do I really like this and should I keep doing it?
Yeah.
Because like things that are conventionally successful or like progress me technically, I always was like, well, I should just keep doing it.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's easier to, or maybe not necessarily easier, but there's less friction to just keep doing a thing than stop it.
Yeah.
And I say all this to say that the podcast isn't stopping. I should clarify that. I mean, we're not having second thoughts of stopping the podcast or anything like that. I'm just trying to communicate my internal monologue of like, what is this thing in my life? Like, what role does it serve?
Yeah.
Because I do like it, and we're going to keep doing it because Henry and I both fucking love this thing. And it's become both of like one of our favorite things to do every week. Henry has said that it's his favorite day of the week when we get to sit down and record. I don't know if that's true. He lies to me all the time, just like he lies to his girlfriend. Okay.
He does.
He lies to his girlfriend all the time. It's actually fucked up.
Is this real? I don't think this is real.
Tina, if you're listening to this, he does not lie to you.
Yeah. I don't think he does.
But,
well, he may lie when he says her music taste is good.
No, we lambast her about that on like every episode now. But
me looking up what lambaster means.
we
assault violently.
Yeah.
Do you assault Tina violently?
Well, verbally. I feel like violently implies physically, which does not happen. Because we live
that's good.
Thousands of miles away from each other.
Sure. Otherwise, there would be some.
Otherwise, Otherwise, shit would go fucking down, dude. She's with the Bloods, I'm with the Crips, bro. It's like that.
It is like that. Yep.
But anyway,
good.
This is all to say that I'm just trying to figure out what this thing is in my life because I still I think it's a very weird thing. And not weird as in bad, but like weird as in like I don't know. I just don't know how
you just want to know. And that's
I just want to know. I want to get closer to my soul a little bit. I want to see my soul and I want to give it a peck on the cheek. I go and I smoke a joint with it and then we're together forever a little bit more.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense at all.
Sure, man. Yeah, that sounds great. I just think a good goal, and this might not be everybody's, but a good goal of the human experience is to like seek to fully understand yourself.
Yeah.
Because I don't think most people, if any at all, fully understand themselves.
No.
Because I think it's hard. It's like sometimes you're like, why did I do that? Why do I like this? Why do I not like this? And sometimes you just don't have a reason, and that can feel weird. And you're like, I am me. I should know, but that doesn't inherently mean you should know. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think sometimes stuff just happens, and it's just natural to go with it. And that's just what you do because it feels right in your bones.
True.
But then, like finding that kind of whatever drew you to it in the first place is, that little to figure that out is to figure yourself out a little bit in the long term, and you understand, you have some kind of path forward to like live your life a little bit more efficiently, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess that's all I'm trying to say with whatever I've been talking about.
That's fair. I see you. I hear you. You are seen and heard.
I'm seen and I'm heard literally.
I'm grokking with you right
Don't now. Grok with me. Jesus Christ.
I'm grokking with you.
Don't, man.
Lean with it. Grok with it.
I don't like that because I've been saying grok so much recently, and now I think I'm just going to stop saying it entirely. I don't want to grok anymore, man.
I don't want to grok
anymore. I don't know, man. What are fucking what else? I don't know. This is, I mean, we always go kind of a little bit more off the cuff for these episodes because they're always unplanned. They're always last. This is a last minute episode for sure.
It's true.
We don't.
Yeah. Apologies for moving it.
Normally, no, it's not your fault. I'm saying it's Henry's fault because he canceled on me. For once, I'll give him some credit. He canceled on. He let me know the day before the podcast.
That's good.
That he was canceling. He normally doesn't do that. He waits until an hour after that we should have started.
After.
Sometimes.
I mean, I thought I was bad. I let you know like 10 minutes before.
That's totally fine. I give exceptions to you because you're not expected to be here every week. It's not your usual thing. You're a busy guy. I know that. But sometimes I sit down 5 minutes before the podcast and I'm like, I'm going to get into a call with Henry. I call him on Discord, doesn't pick up. I call him again a couple minutes later, doesn't pick up. I call him in real life on his real phone at 440 something, something, something.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, he smacks his forehead so loud I can hear it through the receiver. And
yeah.
He's like, I forgot I'm in Taiwan this week, man. Sorry. I'm just like, man. But this week he let me know day before, so I'm giving him bonus points.
That's good. Oh, thank you, SteelSeries. I've noticed SteelSeries clips my voice every time I laugh.
Yeah.
Now, so I just have a bunch of random audio recordings of me laughing, and it doesn't record the audio of anyone else except for me. So it'll just be like silence if I'm just in a call with someone for a while, and then just me laughing. So I just sound like a madman.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's probably just gonna record my half of this conversation and me laughing at myself, I guess.
Yeah.
But so let me see. Is it recording Audacity? That'd be
surely
really interesting. Oh no, it's because I'm in Terraria right now.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if the T-mod loader symbol is gonna be there the whole episode.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
That's fine.
Well, I'm playing modded Terraria right now, so
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I know you're a busy guy, so we'll just end the podcast here. It's a bit of a shorter episode. It's a bit of a special week. Henry's out away on holiday.
20.
So hey man, it's a pleasure. I always love sitting down with you to do these episodes. The Jack and Zachster series, which is what we're calling it now, I guess, because I said so and I run the podcast. So that's what we're calling it.
He's the guy who collects the audio recordings.
I collect the audio recordings
and tells me how to do it every single time because I always forget.
That's okay, man.
So I will be asking you how to do that after we are done here.
That's totally okay. But hey, it's a pleasure sitting down with you. I always, we're rolling out the red carpet, that camera. Tell the good people at home what you want. Shout out your Instagram, whatever you want to do. Plug your new book. I think you're going on tour or something. I don't know, whatever you're.
Mein Kampf.
We can't end it like that. Can you say something a little bit more? Last time you ended with advice for people. You can't end it with the book that Hitler wrote. That's not. I feel like it's a little distasteful, don't you think?
Yep.
Don't stop the fucking recording. You have to end it nicely, Zach.
Oh, okay, fine. Download modded Terraria T-mod loader
on
Steam.
Whatever. I'm stopping it.
And